And then the second thing that we notice about this is we need to begin to stop in the beginning, but then we have to really ask ourselves a couple of questions. We have to ask ourselves a couple of questions. Now, this is a very important part. If you are an anger management expert, you do this intuitively. If you're great at anger, you always are able to kind of work your way down to these thoughts and these processes, right? And so the thing that we have to do is we have to ask a couple of questions. The first question that we have to ask is this: why am I angry? Why is it that I'm angry, right? Because you have to understand, anger is not a primary emotion, it's a secondary emotion. Primary colors, right? Red, blue, yellow, everything comes from those primary colors. Same thing in emotions, in the emotional world. And anger is not a primary emotion. You know what? There are 3 primary emotions underneath anger typically. And those are fear, hurt, which we talked about last week, and frustration. And let me just give you a couple of illustrations of how anger becomes a secondary emotion. And you have to ask yourself, why am I angry? What's really underneath my anger? First thing is this. Let's say that you are wanting to date somebody of the opposite sex, and somewhere in the conversation they just flat out tell you, I'm not physically attracted to you. I'm not interested in you. And so then you feel rejected, and what happens? You absolutely feel hurt. And you're hurt, and so therefore you get angry at that person. You won't ever have anything to do with the person. But the bottom root emotion was hurt, and then anger was a secondary thing that came out because of the hurt. Let's say that you're getting ready to come here this morning, and the person that you're coming with is habitually late. Always late, everywhere they go. Continually late. And so here you are, you got ready early, and yet you're still late with them, and they won't get in the car and come, and you're driving down the road, and you're going off on the shoulder to avoid some of the traffic, and you're taking a new way because you're avoiding some of the construction that's going on, and you wheel it in here because you wanted to be here for the beginning of this message, and boom, you didn't get here in time. And so what are you feeling? You are feeling frustration, but it comes out in anger, right? And so the underlying root issue is frustration.